Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. And some people have mixed emotions about Chrisean Rock actually coming into boxing. Now, it's interesting to me because I do know that there's a couple of people on the channel who I believe have a relationship with Chrisean Rock. They speak very highly of her. But she is going to be making her boxing debut against Zenith Zion on April 25th. Now, I'm be honest with you. I'm sitting here still trying to figure out how the fight came about. I know she's popular, and what this fight could mean for her and, potential future scenarios if she does good and she keeps winning. So I posted on here the fight overview, date and format, location, the promotion and broadcast for anyone who's interested in watching her fight on April 25th. But this fight is going to mark Chrisean Rock's first official boxing match. Now, I did see an image of Zenith Zion. And let me tell you something. You got to excuse me, man. I got a little bit of a cough and shit. Zenith Zion looked like a monster, man. Yes. I was like, whoa, who is this chick? But the bottom line is, supposedly she was selected as a competitor from nearly 6,000 women who applied for the opportunity to fight Chrisean Rock. Now, there's some people out here who, even for me, I knew who she was, but I didn't know much about her because, I don't be on the internet like that. But people on the channel got me kind of up to speed on her. But the bottom line is she's someone who's with this guy Blueface. She seems to be into rap music, singing, is a reality TV personality. She's from Baltimore, Maryland. And after looking, it seems like she's just someone who's, on the internet a lot. And reality TV appearances, especially on the Zeus Network baddies. That's what I've gathered. Now, if I'm wrong, I apologize. But remember, y'all know better than me. I just know that she seems to have a whole lot of fans. And she did have a song. I believe there's a song out. She had a lot of streams, but social media seems to be where she's kind of found herself a home. And that past relationship with that rapper Blueface, I know that that's something that's got a lot of attention, a lot of online attention, a lot of controversy. Even me, a guy who doesn't pay attention to any of that stuff, I was seeing these things pop up with the guy Whack Money and Blueface and her and fights and all kind of drama before Blueface went to jail. So that's how I got to know her, because it seems like her popularity came from viral moments, a bit of a bold personality in reality TV drama, making her one of the more talked about personalities outside of traditional sports. But now, I think this boxing match is being specifically built around her celebrity appeal. Now, it sounds like that's how the fight came about. So, ex-Rumble opened a public challenge to women interested in fighting Chrisean. And they said they had about, 5,824 people sign up. Now, from that enormous applicant pool, Zenith Zion, a professional wrestler and slap fighter prospect who previously held the AWA Women's Television Championship, was chosen as the opponent. Now, how they went about picking her, I don't know. I just know that she was chosen. Now, Chrisean has been training in boxing with experienced trainers, including one who formerly coached Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis, signaling some degree of commitment to learning the sport properly. But the fight blends sports competition with entertainment value, a hallmark of ex-Rumble's brand. And I'm going to tell you, there's so much going on right now. I was reading today about Shakir Stevenson and some guy, Joaquin Buckley and Terrence Crawford, getting in the mix, and boxing better than MMA, or MMA is better than boxing. And let's be real, the guy from the MMA world talking about I would, KILLU and all kind of stuff. And then, you got the trolls on social media. Oh, Crawford looks nervous. He looks shook. And I'm like, man, it's all about entertainment value. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still trying to understand why she's so popular. I know she has a child with Blueface. I have nothing to say about that because I see that on social media. People are very cruel, and the things they're saying about her, him, the child, and I don't want to get into that because it's a child, innocent baby. And to be honest with you, I don't know the whole background. I just know I saw a lot of stuff on it today when I was doing a little bit of research, and I was a bit disheartened to hear people speak like that about, a child. But I want to continue on by saying, when it comes to Chrisean, understanding why she's so popular, it seems like her appeal isn't just about music or boxing. I thought that's what it was. But it seems like the reality TV fame and viral storytelling, that's what seems to keep her in the public's eye and has people so engaged with her. This thing about music success, I know there's a song where she's singing, and I've seen her perform it, and I've seen little clips floating around on social media, but I didn't know she was considered a successful musician. I didn't know that, but you learn something every day. But I do know she has a social media presence where fans engage with her personality and lifestyle content, and her relationship drama and social tussles. And I did see there was a viral altercation that she got into. I think it was out there in California. I think that have helped build a passionate, albeit polarizing, online fan base where people just seem to be, rooting for her and supporting her. But I will say her notoriety has translated into pay-per-view interest, making her a lucrative prospect for celebrity combat events. And depending on how she does, boxing could be her go-to, that could be something she does to make good money. But I tell you what, if she wins on April 25th, I just think if she comes out here and she gets a win on April 25th, a win would elevate her crossover appeal. And that's the thing about this misfits of boxing and celebrity boxing. And when you grow a huge profile on the internet, you could really go on and find yourself being legitimized as a celebrity athlete, not just a personality. And I think that's really what it's about. Being legitimized as an athlete, which she was an athlete in high school. But as a celebrity athlete is a lot different from being a high school athlete. And there's a lot of money to be made, especially as a pay-per-view attraction. People are going to buy the event to see her fight. So she's going to make some money. And this could lead to bigger celebrity boxing matchups, potentially against other influencers. Could be athletes or reality stars with large followings. And who knows, she could go to Jake Paul route and end up finding herself in a big fight with a champion, making huge money, where, she's either going to win or lose. Kind of like Jake Paul when he finally got his ass into with, Tommy Fury. Then he fought Anthony Joshua. You saw how that went. But bottom line is, it's going to open doors for brand partnerships, sponsorship deals, and more ex-Rumble appearances. And I'll tell you, I saw those clips of her sparring. I saw her messing around with Ryan. She can fight. She really can fight. And she's interesting, too. I see why people watch her. That ain't my thing. But just from looking at the clips, I'm like, she's interesting. She really is. And she's marketable. There's something about her. It's like, I don't know. Something about her is likable. It's like an innocence to her. But then again, like I said, I don't know her. I don't know much about her. I'm sure people if they watch this video, they're going to come out here and, basically say, nah, you don't know her. Let me backfill you X, Y, and Z. And that's their right. But all I want to say is she could blow up from this. And if she keeps winning and improving, I'm just telling you, if Chrisean truly commits and improves her boxing skill over time, possibilities include stepping up to more serious fighters or crossover athletes who bring a blend of competitive and entertainment value, becoming a future personality in celebrity combat circuits, expanding beyond just a single event. I don't think there's any one female fighter who's considered a crossover athlete and who has a personality in that celebrity combat circuit. I know they got the guys, but for females, I don't know. I think she's probably the first one, like that I can think of. But then again, I don't follow all that shit. But I keep my ear to the street. Don't get me wrong. But I think Chrisean Rock may be the first real female personality in that celebrity combat circuit, like the misfits of boxing and kind of what she's doing now. She may be that first one, and it could expand beyond just this single event. So we just have to see if she's going to be legitimately skilled and perhaps bridging into real amateur boxing circuits. Though that's a tougher path, given her late start. She could just come out here, do about 3-4 fights, make a few million, doing this kind of high-profile pay-per-view, kind of smoker-type boxing. But, you just never know where it could take her. You know what I'm saying? I think her future success hinges on whether she pursues genuine boxing development versus riding that celebrity momentum. But, hey, if she can get in, make a few million, and then get out, then she's won, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. You see so many people get into business and have a business they run for 15, 20 years, and they're just not really making ends meet. All that time wasted. If she can get in with a year, 1 to 2 years, and make a few million, then she's won. Then she's won, in my opinion. Anyway, I want to see if she's going to really pursue genuine boxing development. And then with that, maybe she can use that to ride that celebrity momentum that she has. Shit, who knows? You may next thing you know see in 2 years Chrisean Rock against whoever's the big dog in female boxing at the time, if they can get the weight class right. You just never know. Anyway, interesting, man. I tell you, this boxing, there's always something going on with boxing. Always something going on. Anyway, I'll be looking forward to watching this fight, Chrisean Rock and Zenith Zion. Shit's interesting to me. Anyway, y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.